What's up, Soulful Gang? Welcome back to my channel. You know who it is already. Well, if you don't, hi, I'm Steffi G. I am in charge of Unbreakable Soul Fitness, the channel, and the business. Alright, I just wanted to do a little quick intro as usual. And for today's video, it's going to be a little bit serious, a bit more educational, and it was actually a request from a fellow subscriber, part of the Soulful Gang, and his name's going to be right here. Ricky. Pretty Ricky. Thank you to them. Basically, it's going to be on how to recognize your mental health, how to maintain it, and keep up with your mental health. And I know I already did a video on this earlier, but I feel like this is important to know more in detail and not just focused on me. But even though a lot of this is going to be from my experience, this is also from people who I've known, and also from other videos, and from therapy, and from books, basically from all different sources. Just a disclaimer, I am not a therapist, I am not a mental health professional, but I would like to work with people who want to get better. If you suspect any serious mental health issues, I highly suggest you go see a therapist or a psychiatrist or any mental health therapist, and not just come to me. This video is not meant to diagnose people, it's not meant to treat, it's just meant to educate you and also give a little advice. So first we're going to talk about how to measure mental health, basically what it is, how to measure it, such and such. And then we're going to talk about how to recognize the decline in your mental health. So when you start to see there's an actual issue, and what your next steps are going to be. And then lastly, how to maintain and how to improve it, which is the fun part. Actually the hardest part. So if you would like to see more videos of these, I have other ones in my channel, so don't forget to subscribe, and also don't forget to hit the notification bell so you can see more videos, and also follow me on my social medias, which are in the description below. Okay, let's get started. Also, look who's here. Bubbles is back from vacay. Oh my gosh. How did you enjoy your unpaid vacation? Oh, Bubbles. Always joking. That's why you're getting a pay cut. So here is a definition of mental health. That's right. So basically the condition that you're in psychologically, and usually that's determined by your doctor or a mental health professional. Like I said before in the disclaimer, talk to someone who is trained in mental health and trained in psychological conditions, disorders, such and such. But for now, that's basically how you measure it. And also here are like for minor things on how you measure your mental state currently. So I would say one of the things is definitely self-reflection. I feel a lot of the times we're on the go, we're not really thinking about life, we're not really thinking about our choices, we always have something to do, but because of that, we fail to recognize our state of being. Our state of being. So that's when we realize later on in the day or in time that we were actually declining and didn't even know it. So I say self-reflection is a really good way of measuring your mental health. And that's something you'll probably do with a therapist too. A lot of asking yourself questions, a lot of meditation in a sense. Like, I wouldn't say meditation. I mean, you can do meditation, but that's in the other steps. This is more of waking up in the morning and being like, how am I feeling today? You know, question like, did I make the right choices? Am I okay with my choices? How am I feeling? And you always have to connect with yourself every day. And then when you start to calculate everything and realize that, oh, I'm actually not doing well, please go talk to someone about that. All right. And then another way is to listen to your family and your friends when they come to you about their problems with you. Not problems, but more of grievances. Sometimes we ignore our family and our friends and we're just like, they're being haters. They're just being negative. They don't understand what I'm going through. They don't know. Truth be told, we don't even know ourselves. And a lot of the times, our family and our friends can see things that we can't see. The best thing for us is to listen to other people. Listen to our family, because they also know us. Listen to our friends. If we don't really have close family, listen to your close friends. Take into account what they see in you. And then also go back to self-reflection. Try to put all that stuff together and then see where you're at. Okay? All right, you might ask me,
hey Steph, how do I know specifically when my mental state is going downhill?
A lot of us don't really know, and a lot of us don't even notice. But I would say these things help the most in calculating that, and that's one, self-sabotage. Yes, self-sabotage. We tend, and I'm saying like we because me, a lot of this is from self-experience and from other people. We tend to do things that will hinder our success or kind of hinder us negatively, not just in the future, but in our present. So like almost like negative thoughts in a sense. We do things without even noticing that it's going to hurt us in the future. For example, we tend to stop going out with friends because we're like, oh, I'm tired, I have to go to work, and I don't have time for this. When really, we're just not in the right state of mind, and we don't even think about that. And because of that, we are sabotaging our social life. So now our social life is being hindered. And then, or another example is you're starting to call out from work. You're starting to not show up to work more. And it's like, oh, maybe it's because like I have this thing to do with my kid, or I have this other thing to do with family and I can't come to work, or my workplace is toxic. You're making all these excuses for that. You're not showing up to work, and now that's hindering you financially. And again, we don't really think about that, but it's definitely something that's a self-sabotage, and you have to get that checked out and figure out what's going on in your psyche. Another thing is self-medicate, and yes, I used to do that, don't want to admit that. Self-medication, whether through drugs or through alcohol, and so we just use the alcohol or the drugs to either downplay it and try to not feel things, or we use it to feel things. And if you have to use a environmental substance to create feelings for you that should come naturally, or use it to downplay the feelings that you're already feeling, that's not good. It's not natural, and you should definitely look into it. But people could say, hey, like,
I drink like a glass or two a night, like, or I go out and hang out and I drink with my friends. What's the matter with that?
Not a big issue with that, but the problem lies when you have used that more as a crutch, and now you're more dependent on that substance than your actual self. And then that's when you realize, hey, there's something not going on right up here. Like I said, that's when you need to talk to someone about that. Another one, which is kind of like the other one that we talked about in self-sabotage, is isolation. I know I do that a lot. We tend to back off from everyone and just have this space to ourselves. And I'm not saying that's not a thing, you know, introverts unite. We do that. Sometimes it's a personality thing, and that's fine. However, when you go from a state of hanging out with your friends all the time or hanging out with people, and then suddenly you're not doing that, and then especially for a long period of time, that's when you need to look within and then talk to somebody. For example, for adults like us, we tend to like work harder, or especially if you work in a job or a business and you're just spending all this time working on that and pushing everyone else away, not going to events, not going to social gatherings, not hanging out with your friends and family, and just focusing on work. You're isolating yourself, and it's not going to be healthy. I'm just telling you that. It seems like the hustle life and it seems okay, but at the end of the day, it's not okay. And a lot of people be like, well, that's how the millionaires do it. That's how they get rich and they stay rich and all of that. But have you checked their mental state?
No one asked how the billionaires are doing.
And only focusing on work and the hustle and stuff, it impact on you, because humans are social creatures. We can't just isolate ourselves and just try to be successful and then try to fake it. That's not how that works. And you definitely need to talk to someone about that. Get that chair out of that corner and bring yourself to the table. Increase negative thoughts and a decrease in self-esteem. When you have more negative thoughts, it could be from anxiety, it could be for other reasons, trauma. You definitely have to talk to someone about that, and do not self-medicate on that. Do not use drugs and alcohol to drown that out. Anyways, that's another way of showing your mental decline. Also, your lowered self-esteem. So at one point when you thought you were like, oh, I am on top, I'm looking good, I look great, and all of a sudden you think you look this way, you think you look bad, you're ignoring what your friends and family tell you how you look because you think they're lying to you, and you just never feel great in your skin. Please talk to someone about that, okay? There is probably a reason behind that, and it's not a personality thing. Okay, you're like,
Stephanie, blah, 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 I realize the problem, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I see myself in some of these. What do I do?
because I don't know what you have, here are just some at-home treatments that you can do. One of the things, other than, you know, talking to a therapist or a counselor or a mental health professional, is to find things that you love and then do them. I talked about this in my other video, but you have to find something that you like. As someone who has clinical depression, and I'll do a depression video like later on. As someone who has clinical depression, having things or finding things that you love is really hard to do. And I get that. A lot of us are like, I don't know what I like. I don't know what fills me with passion. And that's fine. But that's the beauty of life. You can try new things until you find something. Don't stick with something because it should be something you like. Just try things until you find something. Like me, it became fitness. I had no idea. I didn't think working out would be fun to me, but it is. And also helping people through fitness is fun to me. So I like to work out. That's my thing that keeps me going. That's the thing that keeps my serotonin up. I would like you to do the same thing. Find something, whether it's reading, whether it's painting, video games, something that'll keep your serotonin high, something that'll keep you happy, in a sense, content, keep your mental state in check. It's best to just do it. Just do it. Unless you're like murdering people, like you style and violent crimes, don't do that, please. But things that are, you know, a little bit more family friendly or a little bit more not felonies will be great, and that should help just a bit in improving your mental state. And then another thing is to take the time to learn about yourself every day. Yes, self-reflection helps. Not only just sitting there and then thinking, you can also journal about it. You can also make a game out of it. like those little cards where you learn about yourself or something, and you can play it with your friends, and you learn about each other. That's also great. Just spend the time learning about yourself every day. Spend the time thinking about you. And I know there's a lot of people out there who don't think about themselves because they spent all their life thinking about others. And I want you to take that time, take this time right now to stop that and to start thinking about yourself. No, you were not selfish for thinking about yourself. No, you were not a bad person for thinking about yourself, because at the end of the day, when you leave this earth, you're leaving by yourself. Please look within and talk to yourself often, because you might find out yourself is pretty funny, pretty cool, cute, adorable, awesome.
Talented, brilliant, incredible, amazing, show-stopping, spectacular, never the same.
Okay, I'll stop. So you can do all these things to get better. Lastly, maintenance, which is the hardest. As anyone who's ever been addicted to something, has gone through trauma and trying to overcome that, weight loss, all that stuff is easy. But the hardest part is keeping it off and maintaining it. Because change is easy when you can do it in the moment. But when you have to maintain it, that means there's a whole mindset change. You have to change your whole way of thinking. And we, as creatures of habit, it's a scary, scary movie for us. That's what I'm saying. It's scary, right? Scary, scary thing. But you have to dive in and you have to research it. Self-awareness, realizing your issues. So, coming to this video and then thinking about your decline and some of these aspects that have happened and you're relating to them, that's a form of self-awareness. And now you just have to find the ways to fix it. Part of self-awareness is meditation. I know a lot of people don't want to do it, and it's even harder for me because I'm always on the go. Like, I need something to do, but you need time out of the day, especially in this day and age. Just sit down, okay?
Sit your butt down.
I was like a dominatrix. Sit your butt down, close your eyes, and think of nothing. Or you can think about positivity. Another way is learning forgiveness. And it's not for the other person, it's for yourself, it's for your mental state. There are times where we've gone through something and we don't forgive that person, and we don't think about how that affects us, but truly it affects us. It hits us in a way that we don't realize it, and that's when we have to end up going to therapy to realizing that pain was always there. And that's why I need you to just practice forgiveness, even for little things. Just like, for example, Bubbles, when you went on that vacation and didn't request off like I asked you to, I forgive you for going on that vacation for a few weeks, even though I told you to. You couldn't do it. You did it anyways. I forgive you. When you see that, it just opens up a little bit of your heart. And I get that it's hard for us to forgive, but I just want you to start off little by little. Start off for the little things. Start off for, if someone cuts you off in traffic, we get real mad, and sometimes we keep that anger inside and don't even realize it. Just try to forgive in a moment. Not forgiving someone is one of the biggest issues that we have, and we don't even realize it. It affects a lot of people's mental health and has caused a lot of disorders, a lot of mental health issues. Also, keep a schedule too. So when you're being consistent, remember what to do. Remember to find time for yourself and to be consistent. You have to, because there are always going to be days when you fall. Spend the day to go through your issues. It's so important. And that's why there are therapists. That's why there's a profession for that. And there's schooling and classes and exams and certifications for just to help people learn about themselves, because people tend to not want to learn about themselves. So please try to stay consistent with it. If you find a way, like have days where you want to talk to friends or talk to family, especially if you live alone. Like, I'm going to talk to my friends or my family at this hour every day. So you keep your social life and you avoid isolation. And a lot of this can be applied to fitness too and working out. So if you're not understanding what I'm saying from a psychological standpoint, you could talk through a physical standpoint. So when you're working out and you're trying to lose weight, you have to be consistent with it. You can't just lose weight for one time and then stop doing it, and then lose weight for one time as someone who's done that and then stop doing that. Your body's not going to understand. It's not going to know how to change, to form, and it's just going to try to maintain and try to be the way it was before, which was big, even though you want to lose weight. So consistency matters. Keeping a schedule matters. Being aware matters. Okay? And for all you people out there who are going through something and you feel that you are hopeless about it, and you feel like no one's listening, no one's watching, no one cares, you don't know what to do, there's always someone out there who cares. And I want you to put a lot of power into yourself too. Put a lot of thinking, put a lot of hope within yourself. Because believe it or not, you are amazing. And I don't want to sound real basic, but you are amazing. You have the power to make change for yourself, to change reality the way you need to. As someone like me who didn't believe, I guess since I was born, my brain didn't believe I was supposed to live this long. But here I am. I'm older. I'm still alive. I'm still glad to be alive. And it's all about change. It's all about learning about yourself and trying to learn about the world and just learning about love and patience and forgiveness. Okay? I know you can do it. Sorry this was a long video. I tried to make it short, but you know your girl talks too much. I have a script. That's why I can't be in Hollywood. Alright. If you guys learned something from the video, you enjoyed it, I hope I answered some questions for you. Please like it. Ooh. And I want you to share it. Of course, share it with your friends, your family, coworkers, bullies, people who you believe are going through something, and you don't want to be like, hey, I know you're going through something, so like I can talk to you about it. But you can just send them this video, and then I can be the annoying face that they see and help them out, and I'll take all the brunt of the negativity if it comes. If it comes your way, it'll just be towards me and not towards you. Okay? So share, like it, and then also follow me on my social medias and hit the notification bell so you can see more videos from moi. And as always, eat your vegetables, drink your water, vice versa, and peace and hair grease.